All right, so let's break down some of what I did there. I started out by doing this phrase, this motif that was a bluesy sort of lick. Something like that, right? And I was starting that on the upbeat. So it's 3, 4, 1. Played it a couple times the same, and then I started playing it on the downbeat. So that was rhythmic displacement. So it started 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I got into doing it, I think on beat 4, 2, 3, 4. So same exact notes, same exact rhythm, just sliding it over a bit. Then I went into another phrase, which was, well, first, before I did that, I was varying that phrase in terms of notes and in terms of rhythms as well. So then I did something. You know, something like that. So that kind of puts like a little period on that whole idea, that whole sentence. Kind of ends with something like that. Right? Then that kind of brought me into another phrase, to another motif, and I was doing something like so that kind of takes me into another area. So those are like two different motifs strung together. You know, and that it's a better approach than just saying, okay, well, I'm playing D7, so I can just play D blues. You know, it's much, I think, much more enjoyable for the listener to hear melodies being created, and playing motivically like this is a great way to do that. So you don't always have to do the rhythmic displacement with single note lines either. In this one spot, I was playing some double stops, and it was just a minor tweak in the in where I was placing things, but something along the lines of, so this is on beat 1, 3, 4. And then right there, it's on an upbeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2. Something like that. So, you know, you can be really creative with this and just move things a tiny bit, almost to the point that you don't even notice, but it does help take an idea and put some fresh life into it. So one thing that I was doing towards the end was I was sort of more or less leaving the motivic idea, at least in terms of specific notes or rhythms. And that's something that you can do to create some contrast. So there was a moment where I was just sort of playing this really open sounding stuff. So, you know, that's not playing as motivically as I was before, and so what I got into after that. But it did provide like a boost of energy that seemed like a good moment to do that. And then, you know, when you contrast that with playing something really specific and melodic and concise, it helps bring both of those things out. It helps both of those things be stronger, because you're not getting beaten over the head with one concept. So, you know, sort of, you know, letting those things sort of flow out little by little and doing a little bit of both can be a great way to create some of that contrast.